If you keep checking your calendar or your bank account to confirm your result, then you're not living from the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You're living from the feeling of the wish denied. Now, this video is going to show you exactly how to lock in to the frequency of what you've already claimed until it manifests in your outside world. And this is the thing with most people that know about manifestation. There's a big difference between knowing something and doing something. I love the quote that Morpheus says to Neo in Matrix. He says, Neo, there's a difference between knowing the path and walking the path. And I truly believe that's where most people are. They know about my mentor, Bob. They know about affirmations, visualization. They might have even gone deep into Neville's work, but just knowing it isn't enough. Most people understand manifestation on a logical level. In other words, on a conscious level. But it's only until you embody it, it's only until what you desire becomes a part of you that it's going to manifest in your outside world. Now, most of you are probably tuned in to my channel because your results are not matching your desire. They're not matching the outcome that you want, right? And the reason for that is that you're not staying in the vibration long enough. It's not good enough to feel the feeling of the wish fulfilled for a day. And then you wake up the next morning and go, oh, whatever, it's not working. No, you've got to persist in the assumption of the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And I've noticed this with a lot of people. They don't see the results the next day. They start doubting if it's coming. They start checking for evidence. They start checking to see if sales calls are being booked in, if people are reaching out interested in their services. And when them things are not there, they fall out of alignment. So what are you doing when you do that? You're letting the outside control the inside. When Bob taught me, and this is what I take people through, a process called thinking into results. Now notice what my program that I facilitate is called. It's called thinking into results. If you're looking in your outside world for evidence, you're letting your results dictate your thinking, and that's probably where you're going wrong. Now, I love Neville's work. I absolutely love it. I've studied Neville's work like a scientist. And when Neville says assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, he doesn't mean wishful thinking. It's living from the state that what you want is already done. So if what you want is already done, you wouldn't be checking your online banking. You wouldn't be checking to see if people are buying your products. It's already done. Like, you see it, you feel it, and you move, act, to make decisions like it's already yours. So in other words, emotionally, nothing's changed on the outside, but inside, emotionally, you've already arrived at your goal. Does that make sense? It's very important that you understand that. Like, when I was struggling, like making 3,000 a month, some months I was making nothing. I started to feel, what would it look like for me to make 25,000 a month, 30,000 a month, 35,000 a month? How would I walk? How would I speak? And I literally became that person. I started dressing like that version of me. I started speaking. I started shaking people's hands like I was already making £35,000 a month. So in other words, my standards changed for myself way before the money came. Now I want to break down some things that break the feeling of the wish fulfilled. One of them is checking for proof. Always checking your banking. Always checking, I don't know, you might have a CRM to see how many sales have came in. Always checking your DMs to see if prospects are reaching out. And another thing, when you start comparing yourself to others, why are they living this great life and I'm not? That's going to break the feeling of the wish fulfilled. And I found another thing that breaks the feeling of the wish fulfilled is speaking to people about your goals that don't understand these laws of the universe, because they think you're crazy, and then they start putting doubts into your mind. And we are really susceptible to the opinions of the people that we spend the most time with. Like, if someone doesn't understand this information, I am not sharing my goal with them. And probably the biggest thing that breaks the feeling of the wish fulfilled is letting your current circumstances dictate your internal state. Like, I'm telling you, if you want to win in a big way, you cannot afford to let the outside world control the inside. All of your outside results right now are a direct reflection of what's been going on inside of you. So you've got to be able to have poverty, have struggle in your outside world, and still feel rich, still feel prosperous, still feel abundant. The second you need proof from your outside world, you've lost the frequency. What I would really suggest you do is, first thing in the morning, start giving yourself commands. As soon as you get up, start a mental conversation in your mind like you've already achieved your goal before you've even opened your eyes. Wow, it feels so amazing that I am earning, I am doing, and I feel. And I want you to write down the version of you that has already achieved this goal. Like, how do they walk? How do they show up in their business? How do they dress? And start being that person. Go out and buy the clothes, or at least go and try the clothes on that version of you would wear. That's very important. The universe is not going to respond to hope, wish. It's not going to respond to you begging for your goal. It's not. It's going to respond to conviction. It's going to respond to you literally becoming that version of you, thinking, feeling, acting, and making decisions like the end result is already done. Because when your feelings stay aligned with your vision, the physical world has to catch up. You know, one of my favorite quotes, I can't even remember who it's by, but it says, as above, so below. As within, so without. If you want abundance on the outside, you first got to feel abundant on the inside. And if you want help with this, you know, I take people for a program called Thinking into Results that was designed by my mentor, Bob Proctor. And this is exactly what we teach: how to live from the end, how to change your subconscious programming and your paradigm so you can have the things that are in your mind. I know you've got things in your mind now that you would love to experience in your outside world. And I've been trained and certified by Bob Proctor's company on how to get my clients results. Now, I'm literally flying to Dubai in a few hours, but I really want to support you guys. So I've opened up a few slots on my calendar for one-to-one calls with me. And I will show you the exact process that will get you from where you are to where you want to be. And I will help you uncover the blind spots that are keeping you stuck right now. Go to the link in the description, book your call with me. I will see you. I'm excited for Dubai. And remember the action steps. Persist in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and let things come to you. I'm Joel McLeod. You guys have an incredible week. Let's make this Monday an amazing one.